Good evening and thank you for joining us. Thousands of people in Humboldt, Saskatchewan came together tonight to honor the victims of the Humboldt Broncos hockey team in Friday's bus crash. The vigil took place at the Elgar Peterson Arena, where many community members and other notable figures were in attendance.
We're gathered in a state of shock and unthinkable heartache. This tragedy has devastated our families, our Humboldt Broncos organization, our community, Saskatchewan, Canada, and our world.
Come out the other end.
Town officials, victim family members, and other locals packed the arena to its capacity of 1,800 plus to mourn the lost lives of 15 team members and the 14 who were injured in Friday evening's collision. Humboldt Mayor Rob Minch and team president Kevin Geringer gave speeches during the ceremony where they announced the deceased team members. The vigil included flowers and photos of the lost Broncos at center stage. A GoFundMe page is available to the public to make a donation to the club. Over $4.1 million were raised so far. City Council is expected to vote on a motion asking it to support a national pharmacare program when it meets tomorrow night. City Councilor Andrew Foles, representing the Current River Ward, will present the motion. Representatives from 3 Unifor units were at City Hall last month to initiate a discussion on the topic. They are seeking support from all levels of government to establish a federally funded national pharmacare program to support the 8 million Canadians who are without prescription drug coverage. Meanwhile, Folds will also table a motion seeking $50,000 from the Rate Stabilization Fund to help repair the train tracks of the Muskeg Express at Centennial Park. There was a major financial boost this week for a supportive housing project in Marathon from Minister Michael Gravel. Last year, the community broke ground on a 35-unit facility for seniors, and with construction nearing completion, the funding announcement will help offset the big price tag. Carla Fissette reports.
It's been almost a year since the town of Marathon embarked on a major initiative aimed at providing relief for long-term care in the area. It's a $10 million project that just got a little bit less expensive. On Thursday, Minister of Northern Development Michael Gravel announced the province would be chipping in $1.7 million from the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund, which will go towards the facility's common area. Gravel says the complex will make a major difference for seniors living in the area.
One thing that we have learned in all of our smaller communities is that the population is aging. There's a need now for facilities for people who are between independent living and the need for long-term care.
Marathon Mayor Rick Dumas says he's thrilled the province is investing in the project, which has also received some private money from Barrick Hemlo in the amount of $1 million. He adds a funding application has been made to FedNor for a further $1.7 million to help offset the cost.
We've still asked Minister Gravel to also knock on other doors through the announcement of the provincial budget, as well as any other ministries having some sort of dollars that are available. There was just an announcement yesterday in regards to the federal government for some accessibility funds for new builds, so we've asked Minister Heidu's office to investigate that, see if we qualify for that as well.
Dumas says the model they have used in the creation of this facility in Marathon has real potential to be duplicated elsewhere.
We've taken this model, we've showed the government through housing as well as Minister Gravel, and he's brought this to various ministries within the Ontario government to say this is a model that can work for not only Marathon and the area around Marathon, but as well as other communities, Adam. So we're looking forward to them looking at ours as a pilot program.
The developer, CGV Developments, currently owns the facility, which is expected to be completed this fall, at which point the town will purchase the complex and have tenants move in. Carla Fissette, TBT News.
A project aimed at dealing with flooding issues in Terrace Bay has been put on hold once again as all bids tendered were well over budget. This is the third time the project has been delayed, and the reasons behind it are causing some concern with Town Council on how projects here in the Northwest are engineered. Adam Riley has more.
It's been a struggle regarding the financing of this project since last year.
Infrastructure work to Terrace Bay's storm sewer system on Konogami Road has been delayed once again due to contractor bids coming in well over the budget of $3.8 million. The project is aimed at reducing flooding problems on Radisson Avenue, where businesses on Simcoe Plaza back onto. Mayor Jody Davis says the last 2 times a tender has been put out, only one company has responded, and both bids came in at $5.8 and $4.7 million respectively.
We retendered again this year. We had 4 bidders. The lowest bidder come in at $4.8 million roughly, and the other 3 bidders were relatively close.
The town's total tax levy comes in at $3 million, and council was informed by CAO John Hall the only way to fund the project with the current bids would be to dip into reserves, something council was not willing to do, and the project was unanimously deferred. Davis notes it's becoming a problem for communities to not be fully certain of what a project will cost.
When we get the engineering firm that does the estimating for us and we pay for that their numbers aren't that accurate. And I don't understand why. I'm not trying to criticize anybody, but it's very hard to plan a project if you can't rely on the numbers you're given to start off with.
Davis says this is becoming more common in the region and wonders if this is the same for Southern Ontario. Council also discussed and approved a motion to tap into a $26 million fund through the Association of Municipalities of Ontario aimed at improving downtown corridors, which will be spent on a notable landmark here on Simcoe Plaza. The lighthouse, which is a 50-foot replica of the lighthouse on the nearby Slate Islands, has served as a tourist attraction for 7 years. Davis says the landmark was in need of a fresh coat of paint and some repairs to its stairwell.
This allows us to go ahead with that project. We're funded for, I believe, $38,000, and the estimated costs of that was around $40,000. So this is a good value for getting that done, and it's very little cost to the municipality.
The town has yet to put out a request for tender on the lighthouse project, but work is slated to begin and be completed this summer. Adam Riley, TBT News.
The Thunder Bay Art Gallery is holding their annual Dennis Franklin Cromartie High School art exhibition from now until the end of the month. Students from all grades who are interested took part in this exhibit using many different types of media. Molly Fromer has more.
This is the fourth year the Thunder Bay Art Gallery and Dennis Franklin Cromartie High School have teamed up to showcase many different types of artwork that have been created so far this year. The variety of artwork shown within the exhibit was created by students in grades 9 through 12, as well as members of the art club. Art teacher and exhibition coordinator Greg Shomut says he is very proud of the students and has seen this exhibit really grow over the past 4 years.
Every year there just seems to be more and more students, and having this art show builds their self-confidence. They see that people are interested in what they're doing, people want to see their artwork. Lots of times people offer to buy, or people are interested to the extent that they want to buy their artwork, which, you know, builds them up. And it's nice too to see the support of the community towards our students and what they're doing, towards our school and what we're doing.
A total of 27 different types of media were used within the variety of artwork shown, including photography, ink on paper, and acrylic on canvas. We had the chance to speak with 2 grade 12 students who attend Dennis Franklin and said this was their first time they've had their artwork on display.
I'm actually kind of very proud of it because it's like, you know, I never thought that my artwork would go up into it. And I only just started painting this year, so it's like, it's kind of a big deal.
I'm really proud because it was my first painting that I did, and I'm just glad it worked out. People have been saying how good it is and how they want to buy it.
This exhibition will be showcased until April 29th. The exhibit will be open from Tuesday through Thursdays from noon until 8 o'clock, as well as Fridays through Sunday from noon until 5 o'clock. Molly Fromer, TBT News.
Thunder Bay will see a young researcher represent Canada at the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair in May. A grade 12 student from Hammerskull High School will bring her scientific work specializing in geochemistry and fossils to the grand stage for a 3rd year, but this time as a leader. Corey Nordstrom has the details.
Hammerskull student Emily Cross will once again join Team Canada at the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair in May. Cross specializes in paleontology and geochemistry, with her project this year being on the taphonomic geochemistry of fossil bones from marine and terrestrial fossilization environments. This is the 3rd time she's been a part of the team of 8 students, and being one of just 2 returning members, she's looking forward to being a leader on the squad.
I'm really excited to help take that role. I mentor students in STEM throughout Thunder Bay and also across the country, and I really enjoy giving back to the community the way that they mentored me when I was younger.
Throughout her scientific work, Cross has won a number of awards from this competition, in addition to the prestigious Sigma Xi Student Research Medal and winning gold at the Canada-wide Science Fair. One of the things she wants to accomplish with her status as Northern Ontario's first ever ISAF member is to inspire other girls to join the field and to not be deterred to enter a male-dominated profession.
It's a lot more exposure. If you can't see her, you can't be her. Little girls, they can see women in science, young girls in science, and they can realize that, hey, maybe I can do that too.
With so many options to where she's going to continue her research, Cross says she is yet to decide where she wants to further her career in science upon graduation. Corey Nordstrom, TBT News.